Hi everyone, well, welcome to today's episode. I have a very important guest here, someone who is a distinguished scholar with several publications to his name and citation as well, who has been read by thousands of scholars across the world. It's a privilege to have someone who has Ph.D. and still pursuing another Ph.D. here in the United States. His Ph.D. He got his Ph.D. the first Ph.D. in chemistry in University of KwaZulu, South Africa, and is currently here at Northern Illinois, where he's actually pursuing a second Ph.D. in biochemistry. So, Dr. Segun, you are welcome to my show.
Thank you, Isaiah. It's a pleasure.
I want to go straight to the point. I want to ask, what actually motivated you to pursue a second PhD?
Knowledge.
Knowledge.
That's the summary of it, because you have to grow in knowledge, and then whatever you know today, we have a better knowledge of what you know, and then the only way to acquire more knowledge is to go into it fully, especially pursue a degree at high level where you'll be challenged, because you don't know your capacity until you are challenged, and when you are challenged, you get motivated to do things beyond your imagination. And I think that's the motivation for me.
I see. I know my father will see you and say, this is a young man, but I see you and say, this is my uncle. So with age, has learning been easy for you?
That's a fantastic question. The beauty of knowledge is that it doesn't require much strength physically,
Yes.
but it requires mental strength, where you have to build your mind to understand the purpose of learning and then what you want to achieve with what you are learning. As an educationalist, I know that when we set up a class to teach, we highlight learning objectives.
That's true.
So the student will get to know what to take home after the class. So when you are pursuing a career or any other thing, you should first sit down, plan, and then see exactly what the outcome will be and evaluate yourself at every point on the way. So to me, knowledge is whatsoever you give it, because at the end of the day, you are a better person.
Okay, now that you're in the United States, having a first degree, a first PhD in a place like South Africa, which is one of the best places to acquire higher education in Africa, has it been easy for you, like trying to adapt with the American system?
The American system is quite different from the system in South Africa. In South Africa, it's just research. In America, you have to do the coursework and also the research. The coursework is much more demanding, and the research is top-notch in America, just as we have it in South Africa, depending on area of interest. So South Africa PhD, challenging. United States PhD, much more challenging. I'll say that because I've experienced what it looks like at both ends, and I feel it's more challenging here.
It's more challenging. I agree that the educational system here is quite intense. Regardless of where you are, where you study, when you come to the United States, there is a way the system trying to actually, the system is quite overwhelming. But if you go through the system, you come out an intellectual masquerade, because you'll be so good with what you are doing. So I want to also ask about how your professors in your department, especially your direct supervisor, does he know you have a first PhD?
Yes, he's fully aware, and I think one of the recommendations that I got with regards to the PhD that I'm doing now at NIU is based on my profile, because the basic requirements are kind of waived for me,
Okay.
and then it is quite interesting because my supervisor here really believe that with respect to the background that I have, I still have to take it slowly and then integrate into the system here.
I see. Okay, now the question now is, with the fact that you have a first PhD, does it reduce the number of years you'll be spending getting another PhD here?
It's a different learning experience. So the first PhD is basically related to nanomaterials. What I'm doing now is related to macromolecular chemistry, and it's related more to what we call antibodies. So it's a different learning platform. It's related more to biochemistry. So my coursework, they are basically biochemistry, which I don't really have much background in. So that's why the professor I'm working with asked me to take it slowly. So we move from at the fundamental level to a level where I will be very much comfortable. I'm still learning now. Forget about the fact that I have a PhD, I'm still learning. And at this stage, you really need to humble yourself for you to learn with respect to interacting with colleagues that are much younger. So you need to humble yourself, relate at their level, and you don't put it to them that you have a PhD. No, you are a student here, and you have to learn as a student. So it's fun to put it mild, but when you go deep, then you have to be mentally strong.
I'm happy to hear that your approach to learning here has to you are making an emphasis on humility, and considering that I know you are due for promotion in Nigeria. Had even you are still in Nigeria by now, you are due for promotion of becoming a senior lecturer, and now currently you are a student. And how do you just feel like being a student here, and in Nigeria, being a lecturer is like a boss, like a kingship. So how do you feel like the whole experience?
What I know is that when you need to learn and you fail to learn, you will regret it later. So coming here at this point in time in my life is very, very important, because with my nanomaterial knowledge, I've had quite a number of publications, but I want to take it further. And to do that, you need more knowledge. And with regards to my 10 years teaching experience in Nigeria, I think is a wonderful one. I interacted with a lot of students. Some of them are here
Really?
in United States, and they are in their, I know at least 4 of them. One just completed a candidacy.
Wow.
You can just imagine. Yeah. I know another one almost getting close to the end of the PhD program. So, you just have to approach it from the perspective of what do you want to achieve at the end of the day. Remember, a student is a student. In Nigeria, I wasn't a student. Now I'm a student. I relate with some of my students, and they said, wow, they are really encouraged. For some of them here in the United States, I mean, getting to know that I'm here because we quite relate. I do write references to support the applications, and even the beauty of acquiring teaching skills is a wonderful one, because within 1 year, I've had opportunity of students approaching me, please, can you write a recommendation for me? I'm going to the med school. And I was like, wow, it's because of the 10 years experience that I've gained from Nigeria. But I don't put that on my forehead.
Okay, the recommendation you are writing, is it for student here?
Yes, for students in NIU.
I know you work as research assistant or a
teaching assistant. So I do teach students on general chemistry, laboratory procedures, and then and I've done that for 2 semesters. This is my 3rd semester, and I'm doing that again. So I've had conversation, interaction with students over a period of 2 semesters. And then that is sufficient for them to approach me, because you remember one thing, at the end of each semester, there is evaluation that the student will do for us.
Yes.
And that determines whether you are still going to continue as a TA or RA.
Yes.
I think TA, not necessarily research assistant. So it's just, I don't know. There's one thing about me, teaching comes naturally. So right from my secondary school, I've been teaching. So it comes naturally.
So I want to actually ask about your, let me say, your background. What role did it play in shaping you in what you currently do and your ambitions? Because it seems to be overly about learning all the time. Were you trained? Were your parents teachers? Were your parents educated?
I think I'm a person that is much more interested in learning, because the first thing I will do is to search for materials. When you get to my home in Nigeria, you will see books right from my undergraduate days that I still used to teach. Books. When I mean books, I'm surprised when I got here, I saw some of those books. And I was telling them, I have this, and they were like, wow, so you've gone through this. So learning has been part of me. It's not really related more with my family background. Like you said in one of your posts on LinkedIn, I think 1st generation. Yes. So I'm like 1st generation kind of. So it's something that you just look inward, and then you see the greatness in you, and you build it gradually. It will have been much more easier for me if I have a very solid academic background with respect to family history.
Yeah, myself.
Because then I will just ride on the shoulders of those ones that have been well established. But I can tell you, I took it from the rudiments and I built on it gradually. And here we are.
So far, can you tell the audience maybe 1 or 2 struggles you have faced throughout your career journey that currently shape what you currently do?
What I would say is that don't be afraid. Do it. If you don't do it right, do it again. If you don't get it, do it again. And don't be in a hurry. I've been here for a year. I've done much work. However, not everything is in line with what I want or expected results. The work I did in the last month, December, out of like 5 or 6, only 2 was approved, 4 was condemned because they are not within the expected range. Now, what I need to do is just to look at it, okay, and then we check what actually went wrong with the instrument that I use, and then we did the background check, and then we realized that, we need to do recalibration, which we did, and I repeated the whole experiment and I have the result. So it's about you understanding that there is nothing that is called failure.
So far,
It's just an opportunity for you to do it better.
Okay, so far, have you in any way wished you didn't try coming to the United States for your second PhD?
It's a fantastic question because I have a postdoc position in South Africa, just as I have the opportunity to learn more in the United States with the PhD that is offered to me at NIU. So it's about choice. Going to South Africa is more like doing more of what I know, which I thought coming here, I would do something very close to it. But on getting here, I realized that we are moving into a new dimension, whereby what I have before in nanomaterial will come as a background, and I will need to build something new entirely on it. With respect to my research, I have not started introducing my nanomaterial. I'm just focusing on establishing the fundamentals of biochemistry with regards to what we call nanobodies. And then once that is established, then we see how we can integrate the two materials together and then take the research to where we want it to go. So my background, fantastic. My new area, much more interesting. And then I don't really see or feel any regret with regards to my decision coming here for a second PhD. I see it as a challenge, and I'm up to the task to take it to the next level, because one thing I know is that you will always get better.
That's true.
And if you stay at a position, I can tell you, you remain at that position, somebody will come, meet you, take it from that level, and then you'll be wondering. I just told you a few minutes ago that I have students here.
Yes, that's true.
So it will get to a point that we will still have to compete. And if you don't have what it takes to compete, definitely you are out.
So are you, if you are in a position to address like some people in Nigeria, especially your professional colleagues in Nigeria, would you advise them to actually follow your footsteps?
First thing is the objective.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to achieve? You need to know what you want to achieve. My dream is not your dream.
That's true.
So I have reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. So you need to look at what you want to achieve and see how you will achieve it. I really want to contribute to medicine. And I feel that to do that, I may not have the privilege to be a medical doctor, but I can contribute to designing system where we can get a better health facility with regards to certain ailments that are known to cause terminal diseases.
So the way you are sounding, it seems like I know you have passion for teaching. It's something that has been innate. Like it's something that you naturally like. But the way you are sounding and considering your current research focus, it seems like at the end of the day you'll be going to the industry.
Research is what I love doing. And I will be sincere with you, I will not be comfortable where I am caged to do routine job.
Oh, I see.
So industry may not be it for me. Rather, I would prefer a research environment. The reason why I love to have a second degree is to have a better profile. With a better profile, you are well positioned to take a higher faculty position in a good university. Yes, it comes with experience. You have to build your profile.
That's true. But I think your profile is already built somehow, almost built, with 44 publications on ResearchGate, with almost 600 citation as of yesterday when I checked it, and almost 7,000 persons who have actually gone through your work. I know globally. I think you have a very amazing profile already. So,
Yes, it is amazing, but is that where we are going? The question is, where are we going? Yes, I have fantastic research experience with regards to certain aspects, but where are we going? Is that where we are going? That is not where I'm going. It is just a pathway to where I'm going. So you will see more of those citations. You will see more because I'm a student here and I'm still writing research papers. So you get to see more publications because I have the experience. I'm not leaving behind what I have achieved. Rather, I'm taking my achievement along with my new area of research. So it depends on where, if you want to see far, it's either you grow taller or you need to get a ladder. If you don't choose a ladder, probably you need probably a balloon that will take you higher, or you go for maybe a jet, or you go in space, space rocket. So it depends on what you want in life. For example, the guy that is currently managing the owner of the space now,
is it Elon Musk?
Elon Musk. You can see he didn't start in one day. It's gradually. He has a focus. Tesla is there by one side. Aside Tesla, he's doing some other things, and then he decided to move by acquiring Twitter, converting it to X, and you can see what he's doing with X. Imagine, who could have imagined that X will be much more significant to US election? So we all have different perspective, and we all have different objectives when it comes to building career in life.
I'm deeply touched with all you have been saying. Well, I would want to know, outside academics and research, what do you do?
My life is all about research. My life is all about academics. You know me very well. If I'm not, even on weekend, where do you see me?
Just going to the lab.
Yeah, so I'm a family man.
Yeah.
A wife with 2 kids.
I know you don't joke with them.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel more comfortable in the research space. You see me weekend, weekdays, day, night. It's all about research.
So do you commit? How many hours do you commit to studies and research every day?
I love that. You define it, study and research.
Yeah.
So for research, I have like 3 days in a week for my research. Intense research. Aside my teaching responsibility, 3 days in a week. My weekend, Saturday, Sunday, church, after church, have a nice conversation with my family, which I do every day, but that Sunday is always special because we need to talk about the week ahead and everything. Then after that, I do most of my study during the night. I sleep around 8, get up around 1, and I'll pray and then read for like 3 hours. I will have to sleep back by 5 and get up by 7. With that, I'm good for the day. And you see me here by 8:30.
Wow.
So that's my routine.
So, now that you are in the United States, I know a lot of people think that students in the United States are rich. Personally, I'm not rich. I don't know if you are rich because. So, how has your experience been with the demand, the financial pressure coming from home?
I don't want to say that you are not rich because you have limited responsibility. So if you are not rich, what will I say about myself?
Well, even with
You are not there to. I mean, you have not gotten to the stage where you say you are very much comfortable.
yes,
But definitely, none of us is a beggar.
that's true. But people think like we. There was someone who said, "Hey, Chooks, send me some dollars." And I know we pay rent every month, and this rent we don't pay it in naira, and it's not even cheap. We pay for utilities and all of this. So I know when we convert the money in naira, it's significant, but the responsibilities we have here, paying of this, paying for classes and all of those. With this, do you think that? And we all live for chemistry. I know you
Don't go there.
especially for PhD, you earn higher than most
Don't
graduate
go
assistants.
there.
Yeah, admittedly. But I'm just saying this because of the pressure that always come in.
Let me say something. See, you can be earning $10,000 monthly and still not be comfortable.
That's true.
Just learn how to manage yourself. I know one thing. Nobody is ever comfortable when it comes to finance.
That's true.
Not even the richest man on the planet.
That's true.
So the best thing is this. Work within the limit of your resources.
So now, what do you like? Okay, I don't know. Because you're a family man, I'm a single person, right? I don't know if you get the pressure of people like expecting you to give them money from home.
Do you give the impression that you have much?
I don't give. Like, that is what I'm trying to. I'm trying to.
It depends on the impression you create because, see, when I was leaving Nigeria, I let my immediate family know that I'm going for a study. I'm not going there to work. I'm going for a study. I explained to them that I'm going to be given a stipend which covers my living expenses. My tuition is going to be paid. It's for a period of so years. And I believe they understand me. Not that I don't give, but I give within the limit of what I have. And when it comes to managing resources here, you need to first consider your rent, your electricity bill, and other utility bills. Aside that, you should also have a saving because we only know today, we don't know what will happen tomorrow. We don't pray for any negative things to happen, but we are human and then we trust in God. But in US, yes, you trust in God, but it's all about the money.
Yes.
Whatsoever you need to do, you need to have the money, you need to have your medical insurance. And if you are fortunate to have a car, you need to have your car insurance. You need to pay so many bills that we can't say here. And just look within. I know my class. I can afford to wear a Gucci, but how will that reflect in my finance? That is where I need to sit down, organize myself. This is what I'm earning at this level. This is what I can get for myself. This is what I can get for my family. If there is pressure from anywhere, I will let the person know that, look, I am willing to help. This is my capacity. If you request for $1,000 from me, I'll let you know that I won't be able to give you $1,000, but I should be able to afford maybe 100 or 200, depending on the relationship we have together.
No, so you can afford 200 to give someone.
I've done much more than that.
Wow. That is why you're a family man, and that is why God placed you in that position. Moreover, he earns chemistry PhD stipends. so, so I don't earn that much. So, and I just want to, in case you would say, Chooks, please send me $50. I don't even have $50. If you can send to me, I will accept it. And you talk, like you say much about your wife, and she's not here. I know you miss her, and how have you been coping without her? Because I know it's only you all the time. The only time I see with people is on Sunday with me and Chris.
That's a great question. So my objective is to have my family here with me, and it takes time because we've gone for the first process. We have the F2. They've gone for the interview. It wasn't successful, so we try again. With regards to managing myself emotionally, mentally, I have my objectives. What do I need to do? I have it. And I'm a family man, so I have my time planned. You will never see me sitting somewhere being idle. If I'm somewhere, I have a purpose. You can see my plan for today. I will just have to squeeze out time to be here.
Yeah.
So I have everything laid out. What I will do tomorrow, I know it. What I will do on Sunday, I know it. Monday will come, I know what to do. Here, there is what we call personal timetable. So you see the hours from 8 to 4. So they expect you to know what to do.
That's true.
Within those working hours. And then after the working hours, when you get home, what do? I stay beyond 4 here because my research requires you to monitor certain parameter with time. I can set up a reaction now. I need to check it. There is a kind of reaction.
I think sometimes I see you go to the lab in the night.
Yeah, that's what I want to say. So,
because I'll be in the library, that library, there is this position I always be sometimes. The reason why I'm always there is that sometimes when you are looking at like pages of literatures, sometimes you get confused, and when you look through the window, you see people working, then you just smile and continue.
Your mind very relaxed.
So seeing you sometimes in the night going to the lab, I'll see you just walking straight forward to the lab, and I'll say, what is this man going to do to him?
Let me tell you something. That is the nature of an average chemist. The reason why you get to see me is because I'm not mobile. I don't have 4 legs.
Yeah.
If you want to know, just walk into chemistry at 8 if you have access, or 9. Or you just focus on that doorway. You see professors moving out at around that time. Some of them stay. You can imagine during Christmas, some of the professors are there in their offices. No, they are not teaching. Do you know what they are doing? They are doing research, writing research paper, writing grants. I was there till 24th of December. I took a break to focus on something else. But till that 24th, I saw some professors in their offices. So if you want to be like them, you just have to put in more work hour. That is why I'm surprised. You people believe we are collecting much.
Yeah, of course.
We do much more. I will explain, because see, aside my teaching responsibility, there are other things that I do. When it comes to teaching, it is not just you going to the blackboard. Yes, this is what we have to do. This is how we are going to do this. This is what we are going to learn today and every other. It doesn't end there. It continues after. So you need to really plan yourself. When you see me going there in the night, probably I set up a reaction in the morning that is going to end probably 8. There was a time that I stayed there till around 2 a.m. and I walked all the way from that place to my apartment.
Wow. Thank God for the safety.
No, when it comes to safety, this environment, I don't know of any other place in the United States, but this place you can walk 3 a.m. comfortably. You may not see anybody, but you will be safe. And then I want to say something about the police. I always see them moving around.
That's true. And well, you know, I don't know if I should say it's a culture shock. You know, back home we have university securities. Those are not policemen. Here, NIU has a police, and this police, they are working 24/7, and they are doing their job very, very well. And like I commend them. They are doing their job very professional. Very, very professional.
You are a senator, so you should know better. See, the beauty of this place is that they make the environment safe.
Yeah.
It's a university community, and everything is built around the school.
Yeah.
And you see the police, they move in between the streets, checking, and then you see them, they will just, wow.
Yeah.
They will just ask you to park, and then they will attend to you politely.
That's true.
They will never
harass you.
No. They will attend to you politely. And then there was a time that I observed that maybe somebody just violated the traffic rule. Do you know what they did? They just followed the person to where the person parked and then informed the person that we observed you are supposed to stop at that point. You did not stop. And oh, really? I don't know. Oh, please take care to take note next time. And that was the end. So
yeah, NIU police, we are grateful. You are doing a very good job. Continue doing what you are doing. We appreciate your efforts, all the policemen at the NIU police. So what's your final note for those who, especially the younger generation of students who are trying to become scholars?
To become a scholar, you really need to put aside what we call personal gratification. You may not see the reward of your talent until maybe 20, 30 years after. But one thing should make you happy. When you see people that have passed through you, doing great, doing fantastic, that should make you happy. I'm happy when students ask me to write recommendations for them because I know they are going higher.
That's true.
And I've seen many achieving great things. I told you I started teaching way back from my secondary school.
Secondary school, for Americans viewers, is high school in Nigeria. Mm-hmm.
And I know the kids that I taught. I know where they are now. One is in UK and is a big boy. You know, when we say big boy in Nigeria, this is an executive director in a pharmaceutical company.
That's why I say you are rich.
I have a good relationship with the family.
That is why I say you are rich. You are rich in resources, you are rich in money, you are rich in relationships.
When you talk about money, well, we thank God, we are not beggars. That's what I can say. But that I have plenty like Elon Musk.
No, really, we are not saying that. You are very comfortable. Very, very comfortable.
You know where I stay, even though you've not been there.
I have been there.
It's a modest apartment.
It's a modest apartment. Yeah. Well, for now that you are temporarily single.
Yes. Yes.
It's a modest apartment. Yeah, I agree. until your family comes up.
Yeah, hopefully before the end of the year.
I want you to actually send a shout out to your daughter. I know you talk much about her, so can you just say one or two things to her?
I have two.
Yeah, your daughters.
So
I know one of them the last time was crying because the visa was not approved. So can you just tell her that you miss her or whatever, how you feel?
Well, telling her that I miss her is an understatement.
Mm-hmm.
I really, really, really do want to have my family here together.
Yeah.
And we do talk on a regular basis. We talk today because after school hours, I get to see what they've done, ask them, what did you learn in school? Show me your homework. The mother is there. Have you gone through the homework? I'll say, okay, can you explain this to me? There was a time she got home, she was saying, oh, what they were taught was 3 digits multiplying 3 digits. And I asked, what would be the number of digits of the product of 3 digits? And she told me 6 digits.
Wow.
So
how old is this?
Yeah, she's going to turn 9 March 2nd.
So she's following her father's footsteps.
Well, I want to appreciate God for that because it's not just easy. Kids observe, and when they observe, they want to learn. So a big shout out to Movifoluwa and also to Adunoluwa. I know you miss me and I miss you too, and I know that everything is in God's plan and we'll get to see this year by God's grace.
And American Embassy, John Trolong, please approve the visa so that this family will reunite with the wife will reunite with the husband. And finally, we keep for the audience, especially the Christian, you just know that despite his achievement and everything, he's sorry, I want to use the word ordinary. With your permission, he's an ordinary usher in the church. So that means that, and as he keep on saying, whenever all his accomplishments, he attribute them to God. He doesn't attribute them to himself. So, and one of the motto of this show is service. So, if you are privileged to be in a local church in your area, please join one of the serving units. Although it's more convenient to serve in America, to be honest, I serve with him to here, and we do that service bi-weekly, and it gives a sense of fulfillment to be part of the church, not just like an executive member by sitting down. At least do something to create a little bit of value. So if you are privileged, because if not because of the fact that we're in the same unit, I will not be able to have him here. So there's an opportunity for you to actually be part of your church, maybe a sanctuary cleaner, do something. I know in Nigeria, and pastors, please make it easy for people to be able to serve. It is easier for us to serve here. We serve here bi-weekly, and we don't leave our church. I understand some people insist on making it rigorous so that people will not leave church, but try so that you give those people an opportunity to do the God's work. Thank you for staying tuned all this while. Thank you for coming to my show.
I really appreciate the opportunity, and I know that this is just the beginning. It's going to be bigger.
Thank you.
And then I will be much more happier to see you on the CNN.
By the grace of God.
Yeah, it will happen. It takes time, but it will happen.
By the grace of God.
So this may not be the best, but it's a starting point and it's a good one.
Thank you, sir.
So, and I really appreciate the platform for me to share a bit of my experience, my humble beginning, and I know I'm still growing because I don't want to reach that terminal. I want to keep growing. I want to keep growing.
Ph.D. Humble beginning.
Second PhD. So, like you said, when it comes to service, it should be to humanity. Yeah. Whether in church, mosque, community, we should just, much has been given to us.
That's true.
So we should be able to give back. And we should not shy away. Whatsoever the opportunity, that we have to give. It may not necessarily you being physically present in a place. It may just be encouraging somebody. Like, oh, you are doing this. Oh, you can do it better. Okay, I have this person that is doing it. The person will relate with you.
That's true.
So it's just find a way to contribute to somebody's life. One way or the other, you will repeat when you don't know.
No.
Because when you know that you will repeat, you will do it the way you want to repeat.
That's true.
But when you don't know, then the value of what you will do to humanity will only be rewarded by God. God will understand that you've done it to the best of your capacity, and He will be able to reward you beyond your imagination. So it's a good platform. I will appreciate that much people come here to share their experience.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.